as the 30-second board goes up. 5-second board spins around, the gate's going to drop. And here we go, heat one of the 1992 British 250 Grand Prix, away to go. Couple of fallers on the line, can't see who it was, but into that first dipping left-hander, up to the top left-hander they go. It looks like 98, the Team Kawasaki rider. It's Paul Malin that's got the whole shot. Malin hoisted off down the hill. Herring is there. Moore was amongst that lot. There's Johansson.
Well, it's time to get this engine apart now. My biggest concern is the gearbox. I hope there is no damage to the gearbox or any wear on the gears, because that in itself is probably parts that are difficult to replace with it being a 92. I'm pretty tired today. I started at 7, I finished at 10 PM. I've not had much of a sleep last night. It's been raining all last night. We've had lots of nice hot weather, but it's refreshing because it's cooler in here. But anyway, I'll stop moaning, let's crack on. I want this to go higher. Wish it went higher. So there will be some fluid left in this. First thing we're going to do is dump the oil out of it. So I'll get it on that bowl, let all that piss out. There's a sump plug. That sump plug looks quite concerning. It looks to me like it's just some old bolt, so another part to replace. Right. Oh, we've got water in the oil. See that straight away. So I'm going to look for a water pump shaft impeller. You see all that, by the way? That is just practically water. Not even oil. Oh my god. So we are looking at possibly gearbox issues. Is that it? What I'm going to do is lift this onto here. Oh, look at that, spot on, isn't it? I shouldn't really be wearing a white shirt to do this. It's in here. There we go. Gotcha. See that? It's not even attached. Oh dear. The plot thickens. I am starting to get very, very worried. That came off nice and easy. It looks like this has had some welding done to it as well. So next trick is to remove the water pump housing and see what damage we've got in here. See how much more money this is going to cost me. I bet you lot are loving this, aren't you? There's wear in that as well. That bearing's gone. I was going to say watch for oil dripping out of here, but there isn't none, is there? I don't know why, I always have this urge to remove the gaskets straight away. These gaskets have been put on dry. When you put in these, we'll talk about this when we rebuild the engine, but when you are replacing the gaskets, fitting the gaskets, always oil them first, because the way the gasket works is, once it gets oil inside it, it swells and causes and creates the seal. So oil the gaskets first. That way, when you do remove, if you need to remove them, you can use them again. Top tip from the pro. Right, we'll remove the water pump impeller later on. I'm guessing this has worn out the propeller shaft itself. I bet this clutch will drag in a little bit. They are stuck together. Leave all the clutch plates in, that way it'll grip the basket and I can rattle this bolt off, nut off, sorry. Just like that. Right, now we'll lift these out. So this hub is absolutely buggered, look. You see all that? All those indentations. That means this hub is knackered. The basket is not as bad really. I'm going to check that. I've had these in past where they're absolutely bent. Yeah, they are bent sometimes. It looks okay. That we're going to clean this up here. That's where your seal will drag and tear. Kickstart. Pop that out there. There we go. Okay, just take note if you're putting one of these together, that little catch there locks behind this. It locks behind that. The spring is then preloaded. Obviously this should stay where it is. The spring is then preloaded and puts the tension on the kickstart. You can assemble these incorrectly and your kickstart will just flop, or it'll only act as it gets down to the bottom. Got him off. Right, what I'm doing here, we don't want this crank rod, so I'm simply going to use this. I've put wood there so we don't damage any of this surface. It shouldn't be that tight, to be honest. I'm going to rattle this off. This will lock the crank in place. It'll want to spin, so that's the reason we've done that. There we go. So that's all free now. We can get rid of all this. And what's happened there? Well, I'd say that the original one screw for this was all rounded off, so they fitted this Allen key. Which fair enough, if it holds it, but right, let's get that out now. Oh my god, that was loose. Right, I found my case splitter extractor kit, which is good. I'm just having to adapt it slightly because this needs to be level. These bolts are just engine casing bolts, they're not actually from the kit. So what the plan is just to put some washers and things under here just to balance this out. We don't want it pulling on an angle, so that's nice and looks nice and level enough. So I've got a 14mm spanner. All I'm going to do is wind. The crank will go around. I'm just going to let that go around if it wants to. I'm checking. The case should come apart. It is splitting. There's the cranks, lots of bit of rust around there. Yeah, so I got play, a heck of a lot of play in there. Smells of petrol and coolant and crap. All these little washers and spacers are deadly important. You need to make sure these go back where they should. Otherwise, when you put this together, when you tighten this casing together, build it, what will happen is you'll get clutch drag and all sorts of problems with your gears changing, obviously. So this has definitely had, like I said, a rough life. This poor bike definitely had a rough life. Alright, so I'm going to pull these out now and I've tie wrapped both ends so that nothing flies off. Always have a check as well when you remove them. Make sure there are no washers stuck to these bearings on both sides. Ideally, each one of these should have a washer beside it when it meets a bearing. So keep a good check on all that. This here is the output shaft ring seal spacer. That's going to get binned and replaced. You can see there, look, there is excessive wear on that. You can just see around there. So that is not going to stop water getting in or oil getting out. That's going to get binned, destroyed. Right, I'm going to have a full tidy up now, get all these bits put into relevant boxes where it keeps them all safe. think there's a fly or a wasp in here or something. Doing my head in. Right, yeah, I'm going to tidy all this up, then we're going to get the cylinder stripped down, get the power valves out and see what's wrong in there. Looks like the power valve guides are cracked, so they're going to want replacing. Again, it frightens me a little bit trying to find all these parts, so they're going to be rare pieces. So yeah, let's get tidy up.
Everton up the hill, got Trampers Parker there behind him. Parker desperately, oh, we very nearly made a mistake there. Needs the points. Leader, it's Schmidt, takes the checkered flag and 20 points. Looking back for second place man, it's Moore with the 17. First race, he finished behind Alexandro Puzar. Second race, he finished in front of Mike Healy. Third race, he finished in front of Pekko Vekkanen. So he can lead some of the best in the world on this very low budget Rob Hooper Suzuki team. Things are expected of young Eastwood, and I'm sure they will come in the very near future.
All the bits are put in there now, it's nice and safe. I'm going to get the casings in there later. I'm going to wash these casings down, use some dirt shifter bike cleaner. It'll strip all that grease and grime off. The water pump, I did tell you about the water pump shaft impeller, didn't I? That is the worst one I've ever seen. I cannot believe the state of that. That is the worst impeller shaft I've ever seen. Just look how worn out that is. That will never seal. Never seal ever. So that's scrap. Total scrap. Time for the head. The cylinder, sorry. Let's get this apart. Screwdriver and an 8mm. I can hear creaking on the roof. There's like a little bit of a puddle and pigeons are all bathing on the roof. Okay, let's get this out, the tension springometer thing. Lots of people struggle setting this up, and I think you've got to turn it and tune it to adjust your power valve, but ideally I might have guessed that wouldn't just pull out, would it? Ideally, when you build this together, we'll try and do it. You know, I mean, you'll see me on the rebuild anyway. That's working better now. See how those are springing? So this was in this position. It's pushing back. It's keeping them open. So you want to turn it. Really, you assemble this spring and you only turn that one turn. So it puts tension on the springs for you, because how this works is it works from like centrifugal force, where as the engine spins, the crank spins, it then traps the bearing and moves this rod, so that will open it up. So you need the right amount of tension on here so it's not pushing excess force back. You got to get this tension correctly. Too tight, you wind that in too tight, you're going to damage the spring, and there's a lot of tension on there. See how that's not moving now? Not moving, that is too tight, look. So you get that right and they will move freely. See that? And that is how you tension that up. So you just want to, I put my finger on there, on the arm itself, and just turn it till it pushes it in and seats. You can do it a little bit more, tension on there, but not too much, because this needs to return. But yeah, one complete turn, that should do it. This is obviously worn to hell. We're going to get all this out now. That's our next job.
In third, there is Malin. Malin has got past Dobb. So the two British Kawasaki riders not having such a bad time at the moment. They're in the top six. The question now is, where's Robbie Herring? We seem to have lost the caster rider. There's Bavorts, number 5. He got off the gate this time without any problems. Up the hill they come. Very bumpy. Very bouncy coming up there. It's very steep, so steep you can't walk up it or even down it. And there's Herring. Robbie Herring way down at the back.
tight ones there. Let's see if the impact pump can get into there. Yeah. Another broken washer. Why would you put that back in? Why? I want to get this pipe off. There we go. And there's your spring. Check these for wear as well. They do become worn. You can feel like a bit of a lip on there. Then it's buggered. Right then. Well, these should come off. They should come off, but they're not. Ah, there we go. It's one. That's tight. You can obviously see this is totally destroyed. There we go. Absolutely gone, that. Power valve guide. This one doesn't look in incredible shape. Need to get this off. It's got some kind of a burr on it, so it's not moving. I'll trap it in a vise and pull it out. That is scrap metal. It's like someone's tried to weld that on and it's not worked out for them, has it? I could have probably welded that and fixed it. Right, so we've not taken a look at the cylinder yet, but it feels good, does that? There's no lip on it. Can't see any major scoring. I would say that cylinder could possibly be honed and reused. It's really in good condition. There's not a 1 ounce of scoring on that. Yeah, that is clear. It's crystal clear in there. So we'll get this measured up and cleaned, measured and cleaned. Happy with that. Right, I'm going to squirt this with a dirt shifter bike cleaner because it's the only product that I have the confidence in to do the job. I'll let that soak in that, and then we'll give it a wash down. I don't want to put anything acid based on there because it could ruin the score the plating on the bore, so all I want to use is just some ordinary degreaser. But this stuff is the business. I use it on everything. I use that to get washed with on a morning. It's great. Gets all the crap out of your hands. Look at my hands now, spotless. Right, okay, so you've just seen what this product can do. I'm not reviewing this product, but I'm going to tell you how good it is. And in fact, I've shown you how good it is for cleaning your bikes. It's not actually a degreaser for engines, but just look at the quality that it has brought out on this cylinder. You see me clean it. It's salt free. It doesn't harm the cylinder bore. I'm not using any acid cleaner to get that up all nice and shiny. It's literally just this dirt shifted bike cleaner. I'm not reviewing this product for you. I won't review anything, or at least show you any products that I use unless they do the job, okay? I have used other bike cleaners, and I've in fact been approached by some other small automotive cleaning products, but when I've used them, they just don't compare, so that's why I don't feature anything on my channel unless it does the job. But this dirt shifter bike cleaner here, check them out, dirtshifter.uk. They're on Instagram, also dirtshifter MX bike cleaning. Check them out. Here's a link to the website. Go get some of this. You can order it online. They do lots of products to clean your bike or your car with, but that has just done a fantastic, effortless job of this. It looks like a brand new cylinder. Check it out.